What's up, everybody? It is Amarinder Singh. Today, we are gonna take a look on some specific sentences. So, when we talk about ability to do something, so in English, we use like a can, right? I can do that, he can do that, stuff like that. In Punjabi, we can use sakda, all right? मैं ये काम कर सकदा मैं कार चला सकदा it means like I can do this work, I can drive a car, all right? But here's a difference when we talk about I mean like a Punjabi native speaker. So we use like a sakada very rarely. We make these sentences little bit differently. So that's what I'm gonna discuss those sentences so you can understand what does it mean. All right. If you don't know, probably you get it a little bit wrong because you only learned like a sakada in Punjabi. All right. So basically, when we are talking about that, we are checking the ability. All right. So if I give you example like मैं कार चला सकता, all right, मैं कार चला सकता, it means I can drive a car. So basically we say it differently. We say like ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, all right, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ. So I'm not saying like you have to say like us. You have to say like a menu car chalani. If you like a comfortable with the, like I my car chala sakna, that's what you learn. You can still use it. It's pretty like a fine. But I'm just teaching you so you can understand when like a Punjabi people talk, right? What kind of senses they use. Like if I ask somebody question like can you drive a car, right? In a Punjabi, like the way you learn in the books, it's going to be like ki tu car chala sakda, all right? That's how it's going to be. But we ask differently. Like we ask like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, all right? So you also notice I also eliminate the key at the beginning, right? If I have to choose the full sentence, then I have to say like ਕੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, but I didn't use key. That's how we talk. We just say like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ. Now probably you would say it can be a little bit confused because it looks like this is a statement, this is not a question, right? Yeah, it could be sometimes, but mostly we say the statement a little bit differently. Like I would say like if I have to say, if I have to give that statement, I will say ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, all right? If I give the more context, like for example, and somebody asking you to drive a car but you are refusing it, you say no, I won't drive a car, right? But I know you can drive a car. I would say ਚਲਾ ਲਾ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਚਲਾ ਲਾ, like drive, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, all right? Now here I use ਤਾਂ, all right? This ਤਾਂ thing make it clear this is the statement, right? So I could just also say like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, all right? But it could be confused a little bit to us because for us it's kind of little question, right? So but for the people who are learning Punjabi, it is different for them. This is a statement for them, right? So are you noticing the little difference which makes it clear? All right. So mostly we would use kind of little things to recognize is it statement or is it question. All right. The question is going to be in colloquial Punjabi like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, and statement is going to be ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਤਾਂ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, right? There's a ਤਾਂ word. Or I can also ask it a little bit differently. Like I can say ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾ ਲੇਂਗਾ, ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾ ਲੇਂਗਾ, all right? So now it is a question, it's not statement. I didn't put key at the beginning, all right? the full sentence is going to be like ki tu car chila lenga. All right, but as I said before, we don't use ki when we talk. I will just say tu car chila lenga, right? It means also like can you drive a car, but here it little bit different. So before when we say tainu car chalauni aundi hai, so here we are only talking about ability, like do you know how to do that work. But in this case when I say tu car chala lenga, here it could be talking, it could be like it could be like we are talking about ability, like can you do that, but it can be also meaning like are you willing to do it, right? Tum car chala lenga. So here it means probably you know how to drive a car, but I'm asking you like are you willing to do it? Probably you are not willing to do it, right? So yeah, so that's what it means here. So now if I have to make a statement here, right? Like tum car chala lenga, it is a question, right? It's not a statement, all right? But in books, it is a statement, all right? But when we talk, it is a question. But you can also notice a little bit from the tone, the rhythm, the way we say it is a question or it's a statement, right? But when we give a statement, it is going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be in a statement like "तू कार चलाता लेना," "तू कार चलाता लेना," right? It means like you know how to drive a car, or you can drive a car. That's what it means. All right. So basically, if somebody, if I give you full context, like somebody asks you to drive a car, but you say no, and now I would say to you like तू कार ता चला लेना, चला ला कार, right? तू कार ता चला लेना, it means like I know how to it means like you know how to drive a car, so just drive. All right. So now you find the difference between a question and a statement. So basically it is the opposite in books, in real life when we ask questions. All right. So in books it's going to be a statement, but in real life it's going to be a question. And the statement we give is in real life you won't find in the books. All right. So I give you these sentences to describe ability, right? Like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾ ਲੇਂਗਾ, right? So it means like can you drive a car? And in books it's different. It's like ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾ ਸਕਦਾਂਗਾ, all right? So now you can use whatever you like, right? But I mentioned two sentences the way we talk. I think this is gonna be really good if you learn those, all right? Because if you learn those, and it's going to be easier for you to understand Punjabi people, like movies. That's how people talk, all right? Anyway, I'm gonna give you more examples. So first, I'll speak in English, then I'll speak in formal Punjabi, and then I'll speak the way we talk, all right? So first example, can you do a work for me? ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ? Now let's say in colloquial way, ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ? ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ? ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ? All right. Now here you can't say like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? Right? So this way of talking, you can't use it here. Yeah, you can use it when you're talking about like a car, right? Because not everybody knows how to drive a car, right? So basically here, I just ask you to do a thing for me or do work for me, right? probably you can do it, or you can do it. That's why I'm asking to you, right? And I didn't go specific. Right? So here, come. All right. Come could be anything. Probably I'm gonna ask you to buy something from the city, whatever. Probably I'll ask any kind of help. Mostly these kind of things I'm asking you for help because I know you are able to do it, right? So it is not about a specific skill, right? So now I know here is up to you, is up to your willingness, right? Probably you want to do it, probably you won't do it. But I know you can do it. You know how to do it, right? When we are not sure how a person, when we're not sure a person can do it, I mean, like, when we don't know this person know how to do that thing, that specific thing or specific skill, that time we use the sentence like ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ or ਆਉਂਦੀ ਗਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ right ਤੈਨੂੰ computer ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ because these are the skills, right? That's why we ask, like, do you know how to drive a car? Do you know how to ride a motorcycle? Do you know how to use a computer? These are skills. When it comes to a specific thing, a specific skill, that time you can use this sentence like ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਜ਼ ਭੱਜਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ right like can you know how to run a fast, all right? Because everybody can't run a fast, right? This is a skill. So that time we use aunda ga or aundi ga. So but if you're talking about the general things, that time we just say kar denga or kar lenga, right? So there's also difference between kar denga or kar lenga. I'll talk about this thing in another lesson, but now I ask you like can you do a work for me? In colloquial way it's going to be ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ, alright? You can't say ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ, alright? You can't say that. Keep in mind. Next sentence. Do you know how to use a computer? ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਚਲਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਗਾ ਔਰ ਚਲਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ? Now colloquial way ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ ਔਰ ਤੂੰ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਚਲਾ ਲੇਂਗਾ, alright? So here the way I said in colloquial way, these two sentences, they are very similar, but they're a little different. When I say ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ, right? Here especially I'm asking to you like do you know how to use a computer or how to run a computer or how to open a computer? Because I don't know you have a skill or not. We know mostly nowadays younger generation can know how to use a computer, but here where I live there are a lot of people they don't know, even the young people, they don't know how to use a computer. I'm not talking about like a teenagers. I think probably every teenager can do it, but I'm talking about like a millennials, right? Yeah, because we don't know if person can do it or not. That time you can ask like ਤੈਨੂੰ computer ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? Now what if I say ਤੂੰ computer ਚਲਾ ਲੇਂਗਾ? Now mostly in my head what is in my head, like in my head probably you know how to use a computer or how to open a computer, but I'm asking to you तू computer चला लेंगा? It means I'm asking for your wish. Can you do it according to your wish? Probably you don't want to do it, all right? I hope I make it clear what is the difference between these two sentences, all right? Another thing, you can find the difference between it's a question or it's a statement, basically we say the same, but we raised a voice at the end when we make a question. For example, O computer chila looga? That's question. O computer chila looga? That's the statement. All right. So another example. Can you make a phone call for me? All right. ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ phone call ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ? Now in colloquial way you would say, ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਕ phone call ਕਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ? ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਕ phone call ਕਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ? Now here you can't say like ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ, no, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ phone call ਕਰਨੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, right? You can't use it here because if you have a phone, you know how to make a call, right? This is not a skill, right? If I ask you that way, this is so fucking weird, right? This is not the thing we have to ask like that, right? But now here I'm asking to you, तू मेरे वास्ते phone call कर देगा? All right. Now I'm requesting you or I'm asking to you about, are you willing to do it or not? All right. I hope now I make it everything clear. If you have still confusion, just let me know. And another thing I want to tell you, when we make a statement and a question, is also depends on our rhythm and how we read the voice. Like I already said, in books you would see uh, we put key at the beginning, right? Or if you're learning a Punjabi from a teacher who is teaching you formal Punjabi, he will also tell you put key at the beginning, all right? But we won't do that. Like if I give you example, ਕਿ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, right? This is the formal. It means like, can he ride a motorcycle or does he know how to ride a motorcycle? But when we talk we don't put he at the beginning. We just say like, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? All right. If I say it slow, like, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? Now this is a question. If you listen it again, you can notice my voice raised at the end, right? But if I won't raise my voice at the end, then it's going to be a statement like, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? All right. If you see these two sentences, last second one is question, the first one is statement, because in statement I didn't raise my voice, but in question I raised my voice at the end. Again, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? All right. Again, the second one is question, the first one is statement. That's how would you know it's a question or it's a statement, because we don't put key at the beginning when we talk. Or there's another way, like I already told you, or sometimes when we make a statement we say it a little bit differently. We put like a ta or ta in the sentence, like, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? Alright. Now you can notice I put ਤਾਂ. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? Alright. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਾ? Alright. I put ਤਾਂ. Now it's a statement. It's very clear because I put ਤਾਂ. Alright. But it's not necessary. Sometimes we won't put ਤਾਂ. That time you would notice if we raise a voice or not, right? If it's going to be a question, we will raise a voice at the end. If it's a statement, we won't raise a voice at the end. All right. So if you think you are getting the value from this podcast and you wanna support this podcast, then you can support it through Patreon and PayPal. Links are in the description. Everything would be appreciated. It would also help this podcast to grow more. By the way, if you had time to understand Punjabi pronouns like active pronouns, passive pronouns, possessive pronouns, then check out my new ebook. It's completely free. Link is in the description. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson in another day.